Hello Tango friends, welcome to Patricio Eva's Tango class. Today we are live for the first time in YouTube, okay?
Bien, bravo! Felicitaciones, Eva.
Igualmente.
What a great achievement. We are streaming for the first time here in YouTube. I feel the excitement. Can you hear the audience clapping? Oh, everybody's so excited about today.
Okay, so because it's a new beginning, we also are going to start going back to the basics, okay? So this is the subject for today. So we are in YouTube and we start from the beginning, and you still have all the collection of videos that we had done before that you can review as many times as your heart is content, so until you learn perfectly the technique for the things you want to learn. So
yes, I told everybody today in social media about today's class, because all these people who always said to us that one day they were going to learn, that they wanted to learn one day later on. Well, today is the chance. Here we are. Nobody has any excuse. This is a class for all levels.
yes, correct. So tell your friends if they don't know how to tango and you know they wanted to learn, maybe they can start watching these videos, you know, they can, so they start their
Yes.
dance career.
Yeah, they can
Yes.
follow us, and then they will get good tips on how to get going with Argentine tango.
Correct. So back to basics.
Back to basics. What's the basic of Argentine tango? The basic.
Walking.
The walking. Yes, the tango walk is famous worldwide. The tango walk is something famous worldwide for its difficulty and complexity. And a lot of people know that it takes some determination to achieve a perfect tango walking.
Correct. So we are going to start giving the tips and showing you, and then of course it's up to the people to practice and get to put that technique in your body so you can enjoy a nice tango walk, right?
It's
yes,
also an
and you can
opportunity-
glide through the dance floor with your partner, enjoying the music.
Oh, of course, there's something to be said about the simplicity of moving in sync with
Correct.
someone with enough smoothness. It's an opportunity for a moment of introspection, because you really have to put your attention onto your parts of your body, so that way you can control how do you progress in the walk. Let's go at it.
Yes.
Good. So the first thing that we need to clarify is that there is no men walking and women walking, or lead walking and follow walking. The walking is pretty much the same for both roles. What changes is when you go forward or when you go back. If there is something that we can identify as a small variation, is that it's a little bit change in the attitude of maybe the pelvis, where the pelvis goes, to favor a good backwards walking, and making sure that when you go forward you bring your hips forward. That way you can go with your partner in the front. Sometimes one of the problems that I see is that people tend to walk backwards with their hips back, no problem, but then when they walk forward they keep their hips back. And this, as you can see in this posture, not only puts my butt up, it also makes my step shorter. If you want to achieve a good balanced step forward, you have to bring your derriere in, bring your hips down below your body, and advance the hip, because that is where the leg begins.
Yeah.
You cannot put your foot forward without putting your hip forward.
But there is a reason, of course, why people have a tendency to do that, and usually it's because your partner is in front of you and you are afraid to step on them, okay? It doesn't matter if it's the lead going forward or the follow going forward. Usually we hesitate because we are afraid that we might step on our partner's feet. So to take that problem away from the equation, we are going to teach you how to have a nice walk, extending your legs, so the partner, whoever is going forward, feel confident enough to take that front step with confidence. Yes?
I brought the two pieces of paper
I
because
love
I
that
like
one. Yes.
to show people
Nice.
this exercise, the paper
Yeah.
exercise. It's similar to what you have us accustomed to do in our Tuesday classes when you do the body conditioning for tango dancers, which if you're serious about your development, you should consider joining us online on Tuesdays, or you can watch the classes afterwards. Get in touch with us and we'll tell you the details on how you can join Eva's techniques classes. But for now, we're going to put a piece of paper on the ground here. We're going to walk a little bit closer to the front. And then we're going to step on it with our either feet, right? Either right or your foot or your left foot. We're going to bend our knees. We're going to unlock our knees a little bit. And from here, I'm going to try to push the paper forward. See, this is similar to a ballet exercise. It's just like a Tango, an extension of the leg. A very important part of the Tango walk or the step. Begin the step with the projection, extension, or presentation of the foot. You see, I move my foot away from my body. And we can also go from the back semicircularly all the way to the front. And then close. And go forward, go side, go back, and then bring it forward semicircularly, never losing contact with the floor. Okay? Now, so that is a very place to begin. Let's give people some details about this so they can see here. How about we show them a close-up
Okay,
of
good.
the work?
No with the papers.
Well, the paper, yes, but just for them to see it close. Forward, side,
Here.
good, thank you.
There.
Forward, side, back. You see, the rest of the body doesn't move. Side, forward, side, back, and then semicircle. Dum. Side, back, semicircle. Dum. And we can change legs without the paper, it doesn't matter. Forward, side, back, semicircle. Dum. Right? These are three directions that are very important for us to distinguish the direction of our walk. And what is that I like about this is that I like that it puts us on a grid, because from here we can identify forward, right, back, and left. Four important cardinal points: north, south, east, and west. And that's where we begin, right, with our orientation. It's important to understand in which direction we are moving.
Yes.
In this case, we're going to go towards each other. And this is something that we can definitely start working by ourselves. We don't need to do this with our partner. So as the follower walks back, you see Eva is extending her leg, reaching back. She's putting her foot away from me. And I am sliding my foot forward to take the space. When I walk back, I do the same. I get my foot out of the way as to a way to invite my partner to step into my space. And then she takes the space, sliding her foot under my hip. This rhythm is very important because this is what allows two people to travel this close together in their bodies without colliding.
Yeah. So we are in synchro by doing that. We are straight up by doing that. We are moving. I opening that space for him to take it, or the opposite. He's opening that space for me to take it. Correct.
The posture is upright. I try to maintain my shoulders to the sides of my body and my spine straight, with a slight contraction of my back as to be able to hold my position. Otherwise, we tend to relax and round our shoulders. So it's important to maintain the embrace like this. If we close our chest and we collapse like this, it's counterproductive, because this position puts my hips back, puts my knees forward, and this way I cannot be close to my partner. What we want is to have your sternums and your ribs close to your partner. That is why we want to maintain this contact with the front of our partner's body. We don't really need to embrace each other much more than this. If we want to have a further embrace with the arm, that is fine. But we're looking for a comfortable position where we can maintain the same embrace.
Yeah, so and this is very important, okay? A lot of details here for you guys. Energy-wise, the way you stand up, the way you usually are when you stand up, okay? Many times we are just relaxed, or our shoulder, or our kind of work, if you do computer work, whatever you do, sometimes we start rolling our shoulders, okay? If you feel like this is your position, like a normal position in life or something, try to work towards having this kind of position when you're going to dance. Okay, it will be very beneficial for everything you do, especially in tango, because we have a lot of contra bodies continuously, and if we are rolling the top of our torso, we are not as effective in the contra body. Okay, so pay attention to that. When you embrace someone, you want to have more like a proud kind of standing up. Okay, you are not like shrinking, like, oh, I don't know about this. You know, you need to be more present, okay? So open up your back, as Patricio said, you need to, your shoulder blades, you know, don't allow them to just fall in, you know, work that back, because you will see the benefits if you do that. So as he said, when I as a follow embrace my partner, I will offer my sternum. Okay, I will not try to embrace. You know, we say embrace the person like if like you're embracing someone. Usually, when you embrace someone, you don't embrace like that. You usually actually roll, right? You might kind of cuddle and do that. You know, for dancing, we don't really want that. Okay, we just want to have that connection without this part of the body to keep in. Okay, so
that way you can maintain the frame better.
Correct. We can maintain the frame
through the arms. And the distance between the partners is something that can vary. You have to be as close to your partner as you're comfortable doing. Nothing says that you need to be against each other's stomachs in touching. You could be 3-4 inches away. You could be a foot away if you need to. You can be touching as you want. You can embrace all the way with your hand all the way around the back. You see? See where Eva's hand is? She can hold me from there all the way in this area.
Like that. Some
Yes.
people, you know, like to, you have different areas, you know. Yeah,
So
and
how about we do a little bit of the walk?
Okay,
and
let's
we
do
what?
it.
What do you want to say?
Yes, and for the, I mean, you will see we have a dynamic embrace, so sometimes you will see us closer or opening, and that's part of the dance. We have a lot of freedom, Patricio and I, the way we dance. We have a lot of freedom where we dance. So we adjust embrace according to what we need. In that particular movement that we are trying to accomplish. So we don't work with a fixed embrace. This is the only way, guys. That's the way you embrace someone and you keep it all the way.
Yes,
we don't do that. We have a lot of variations according to what we are doing, okay? So that gives us a lot of freedom of movement, okay?
I'd like to walk with them
Okay.
from home a few steps forward. Probably we can do 4 steps forward.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Transfer weight, transfer weight, transfer weight, transfer weight, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Transfer weight, transfer weight, transfer weight, transfer weight. 1, 2, 3, 4. Transfer, 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 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Transfer, transfer, transfer.
I changed to be with you. You
It
changed to
doesn't
the,
matter.
I know.
It's simply for people to understand how much distance there is between one hip and the other, and how the foot has to move slightly to the right and then slightly to the left. If we have our toes touching in the middle here, the distance to transfer weight can be sometimes not felt by our partner. So I suggest stepping under the hip and then closing, under the hip and closing, and hip and closing. So you are straight under each hip, you see? This is a weight transfer, which is different than to a side step. A side step has projection. The weight transfer is very mild and very short in length, a
Yes.
few inches to each side.
And what I do, as you can see there, and this is a tip for the follows. Number 2. Boop. Okay. I did it before, but pay attention to this. So every time you transfer your weight, instead of just transferring with the legs open like this, you can always, when you have the weight in one of the legs, put the ankles and the knees together, and then you feel the weight transfer, and you put ankles and knees together. Okay? This is especially for the ladies.
This is what we call collection.
Yes. Okay, so ankles and knees. Yes? Ankles and knees. So that's the way I will do it, even if it's small weight transfer here. Tack, I close my legs like that. A small
Me too,
weight
I do it
transfer.
too.
Tack, I close there. See? So I close, and I close, and I change, and I change. It doesn't matter how big. Usually, even after a step, that's the position I will go. So it's not only for weight transfer, it's for only for the weight transfer on the spot, it's for walking or whatever, every time your legs are together.
You want to dance?
Yes, let's dance a little bit. Walking, walking.
Hoy estamos bailando Carlos Di Sarli
Beautiful, Carlos Isardi.
y no saludamos a nuestros amigos de América Latina.
No.
Siempre hablamos en español, pero hoy no.
Sí, bueno.
Vamos a bailar Soy un arlequín. Sube el volumen.
Very good. Very nice. That was a smooth walking. Yes.
Yes, pure walk, right? We
just
just
walking.
walked.
You did some weight transfer, which probably is.
I played with the speed. We went from walking on every other beat. Notice that the rhythm of the music is the tango is a 4/4. So that means there are 4 beats in one bar. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Normally we walk on 1 and 3. 1 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. At the moment of the beat, I always tell here the students to be touching the floor, right there. I want the beat to find you straightening the back of the knee. This is what I tell the follow students. There, when you're touching with your toe, and when you feel the back of your knee popping, pop. And if you have good engagement, your glute should pop as well. Normally, the softness in the glutes is proportionally to the engagement of that stretching. Because if the glute doesn't engage, the knee doesn't lift. If you want to lift your knee, you need to engage your glute.
Correct. Yeah. And not only that, you can do it as an exercise. When you do that, what Patricio is saying, that you engage your glute and you pop up your knee, pay attention what happened in your torso, what happened in the rest of your leg, of your body, okay? And the idea is not that because I do that, I compensate with the rest of my body, okay? I don't want to engage my glute, pop my knee, and move my torso, right? The torso stays where it is. So my back is strong, my abs are strong, and I need to have certain elasticity here in my hip, so I can actually do that engagement there. See, you're not going to lift the leg right now, but as an exercise, I think it's very, very good idea for you to try. Both sides, you pop up, you engage your glute, you be sure that this is actually extending, because sometimes we think it is, but very often time we find that our knee is not completely extended. So try to project there. And if you want to go an extra step to make it a little bit more challenging for you, be sure that you are in that leg and lift the back leg there. Okay? For you to feel if you have actually that back engagement that we are talking about, and if this is actually not creating more some sort of undesired movement in the rest of our bodies. This is a very good exercise for you to do. It's very important, okay? Because if you have this properly, probably your walk will become way better, okay?
Today is the first time that we are in YouTube, and it's very important to remind our viewers and our friends that we are doing these classes free of charge for the world. We want to share tango with the entire world and reach to all corners, but we need your help, we need your support. So if you are able to make a donation, there are the links at the top and at the bottom where you could send a donation of any amount. We incurring a lot of costs. We are constantly promoting and we are constantly investing in the developing of our channel. And as I said, we do this free of charge, but we need your support. If you enjoy this and want us to continue doing in these times of uncertainty where the majority of the commercial projects have been canceled for the last 2 years due to a pandemic, this is our only window to the world. This is the only place where we can reach to you, and it takes a community. So if you cannot make a donation, please remember that you can subscribe, you can share, you can like, you can comment. All the visibility that we can get from a channel is very helpful for the growth as well.
Correct, yes.
So today we are considering a few ideas at Ready. We are talking about the walk. We are talking about the weight, the collection, okay? Because when you are dancing tango, you normally do this in a group setting. Lately, due to the pandemic, a lot of people have been dancing privately in the intimacy of their home, which is a beautiful experience to bring couples together and dance in the living room. A lot of people have a nice setup and they can enjoy at home. But in general, we do this at the milongas and we go to public places to dance with a group of people. The circulation of the crowd is normally to the left of the room or counterclockwise. So it's important that the lead commonly has to pay attention not only to your partner and you and the steps that you want to do and the improvisation, you also have to keep attention of what's happening on the dance floor and aware of traffic and spacing. So it's very important that when you're walking, you are able to come to a stop. How do you indicate the walk? You bring your frame forward. As I begin to move forward, I won't start with my leg, because if I do that, I will kick my partner, and I will be moving in a way that she will not notice. So what I do is, I begin making my partner move, and this is why we are insisting so much that follows put their feet away from the lead. First, it has to be your first reaction, to move your foot away from the lead. This enables the lead to actually take the space and then proceed or advance. But the lead has to have a certain determination. First indicate that you're moving forward, and then the follower will trust that and move her leg out of the way, pretty much.
Correct, yeah. And how we get into a stop.
Now, when you get caught, how do you get into a stop? You push a little less. So, I push, and I don't push. That lets the energy of the displacement die a little sooner, and your partner hopefully will take that as a collection.
You decelerate that.
Yes, you just don't push so hard in that step. You push X, and then you push less. Because the force and the displacement required to break through the axis and step through onto a second step is twice as much as what it takes to just come to a balanced position. Always aligning the head with the feet, because when the foot and the head are in a vertical line, then you are balanced. How about we dance another song? We're going to leave these people today with this concept of weight transferring so they can navigate, for example, a few steps in a straight line, a few weight transfers in the spot. Always synchronizing with the follow and moving at the same pace. And then a few in the spot. A few steps walking, and a few steps in the spot. That is the first thing to get the feel for the beat of the music, the synchronicity with the partner, and the spacing in the room. Because you don't want to drive your partner into your furniture as well and crash with the chair.
Correct. So, and before we go into dancing a little bit more for you, how do you move your partner with you is through your frame. So I will do a different thing for you to see. Can I do this to you? Yeah. So this is my partner in front of me. So every time I change my weight to one leg, my frame will move with me. See that? So my frame, these arms here, are the ones that are indicating my partner to change with me, because I could be changing by myself. Okay? So if you want your partner to go with you, you need to take your frame with you.
I was doing an embellishment
I
there.
saw that. I got confused. Like, what is he doing?
Exactly, because the monitor goes the other way. Well,
Okay.
when you were talking, I was doing an embellishment.
I know. Okay, so you see that you are not going to do in this fashion. It's just for you to see it. If this was blocked here, I would just move my partner, my entire body, including my frame. That's the key. Because in the near future, you will realize that you can move independently from your partner completely, okay? So for the work today, everything move together. Your partner is here, you change, she changed, okay?
¿Bailamos? Ussala, that was loud.
Shalala.
Sorry, I mixed the order in which I pressed the buttons.
Okay.
I didn't remember if it was the red or the blue. If it was a... Okay.
Okay, this is all for today, I think.
Beautiful beginning.
Yes, beautiful beginning in YouTube. Yes, guys, thank you for being there. We are planning to see you next week.
Yes, same time
Same time.
with more tango.
Correct, yes.
Back to basics, class number 2. Next Thursday at 9:30-ish.
Yes.
Gracias, mi amor. Mwah. See you soon.
Bye.